Okay, so the link that you are going to put in to get to the game or the practice that I want you to play, if you look right here, it is going to be, you're going to type in, or it's going to be in your Google Classroom, GOO dot, and then GL, you got to do your little backslash, and then lowercase n right here, 1, capital N, a lowercase w, 3, and then capital N. And it's going to take you right to this page right here, okay? So I'm going to scroll up just a little bit so you can see what the top of it looks like. So you can pick squares or circles. I'm going to work on squares first, and then you can kind of play around as you do this. I do want you to do these problems, and you are going to write what I'm writing. You're going to write on your paper, and you're going to do that with each one of the ones that you do or in your notebook. So right here, you see you can click a new fraction, and it's going to give you your first question. The goal is to get this red fraction and make 2 more equivalent fractions right here. So they gave us 3/10. So how do I make an equivalent fraction to 3/10? Well, what I know is that I have 3/10. And what we talked about a while ago, so I'm going to write right here, 3/10. I would have to do the same thing to the top and the bottom of that fraction, multiply it or divide it by the same number to get a new denominator and a new numerator that are in the same spot right here on the number line. So let's just say I take 10 and I multiplied it by 2, so times 2. Well, what is 10 times 2? Well, it is 20. 10 times 2 is 20. So whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So then I would do 3 times 2 would give me 6. So right here, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit so you can see it. You would take this fraction and turn it in where you have 20 equal pieces. So I could go over here, and it won't go up to 20, but I could go 10 and then times 2, right? So that's going to give me 10 times 2 is 20 full pieces. And then how many would I need to color in? So I'm going to just click those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And notice that that's now on the exact same spot on the number line. And so it's equivalent. And if I wanted, I could actually do it like this right here where it's 6 like that so that you can see it kind of a different way. Okay. So I know 6/20ths and 3/10 are equivalent fractions, are equal fractions. And again, you're writing this part on your paper so that you have examples of everything that you did on the screen. So we're going to make another one. What else could we do? So let's start back with that 3/10 again. So if I start back at that 3/10, what could I multiply it by to get me a new denominator that's equivalent? Well, how about 10 times 3? Whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top, or what I do to the top, I do to the bottom. If I multiplied the bottom by 3, I have to multiply the top by 3. So 10 times 3 is 30, and 3 times 3 is 9. So I've got to get this whole to be 30 pieces. Well, I can do that by clicking over here. So I need 3 by 10, or I could go 10 this way, right? And then I can make it 3 sections like that. And then how many would I need to click? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And again, remember they're on the same place on the number line. So all 3 of these are equivalent fractions. Remember that the denominator, the bottom number, is how many total pieces you need to make the whole. Then the numerator is how many are shaded in. And a lot of times in the word problems, they're how many you ate or how many you have left, just depending on the question. Then you're going to click the check mark right here, and it's going to tell you if you're right or wrong. And then it's going to make these equivalent fractions right here. Okay. So again, that is the purpose. And I want you to work several of these, probably 10 or 15 problems. Okay. So if you click new fraction, it's going to give you a new one to work. And again, you're doing all of your work like this on your paper. So on your paper, I want you to write this fraction, then get me an equivalent fraction and tell me what you multiplied or divided by. Get me the second one, then check it. And then it's going to come across here. Okay. So you're going to do about 10 or 15 of those problems before you move on to your next station.